Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. Just want to say this before you guys start watching this interview. It's one of the hardest interview that I've ever done, and just one of the hardest experience ever since I start talking about child marriage and my journey for saving people. I don't know where to start, guys, with this video. I just want to say first that I couldn't do the comedy show that I was going to do tonight, that I was going to do a fundraising for the group of students, the 9 students the 9 children that are waiting to go to school in Gambia this week coming. But yeah, I couldn't do that fundraise. I'm sorry, guys. I will do it this day soon. I will schedule another day that I will be able to do it when I feel better. I'm not feeling too good since after that interview yesterday, but I'll be fine, inshallah. But I'm gonna put the link for calls from Africa here in this video. So if you guys want to help, on the comment section, if you guys want to look at calls from Africa, you can go on the website and you can look at Project Embrace. That's my part of the organization. That's the child marriage and putting the children to school part. So I was interviewed by Sami yesterday to talk about child marriage. She invited me to her platform. It's like a week ago or so when she talked to me about us going there, and I agreed. I know it was, I had a bad feeling that it was going to be bad, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad, guys. But I am still grateful that I have people that were supporting me, even though the sad part of it is that they're not from my country. But I am still grateful that they stand up, and it's not for me. Like I said in the video, this fight is beyond me. I could die anytime. We're just human. No one knows when you're leaving, but this is about other children not having to go through this. No child deserves this. So basically what happened is that I just want to warn you guys that this video is emotional. So if you think that you're going to watch it and you're going to be sad, or it's going to ruin your night because it's going to be some crying and emotional emotions, you might not want to watch it today. You can watch it another day. But yeah, you don't have to be too emotional about this, because I don't mean to make anyone emotional anytime I am emotional in any video. I just wish I don't have to be even like too emotional in certain videos, especially when it's come to talking about this kind of issue. But it's something that I'm battling with, to not be too emotional in this kind of topic, no matter how painful it is, especially when people challenging you with it, instead of just understanding why you're talking, that this is beyond you. It's for the other innocent children that were your age when this happened to you. So what happened is, when I was in the platform, I do have a couple of people that was like kurukara in the topic. I think it was one guy, 2 guys, by the way. One of them, I think he was also from Gambia. Can't remember, but this other guy from Ghana. And they were talking about other reason why it happens, you know, this kind of thing, especially this Ghana guy. And I was mainly focusing, because he's Muslim, I was mainly focusing on the Quran part of it too, because it's in the Quran. And we have to be honest and tell our people that even though it's in the Quran, we cannot continue doing this. So I was more focusing on that, and he wasn't quite agreeing with me just straight away. Like, he was like beating around the bush, how you say this, you know, like kurukaraing the topic. And I was kind of like, you know, he was like, this is here before Quran. People used to marry a lot of wives, or maybe even marry young people before Quran. I said, yeah, but we're not talking about what's before Quran. We're talking about child marriage now, Quran, and us now. So, because a lot of people are still, especially in the Muslim area, using Quran to do it. And you don't have to say that, oh, this is not Quran only. I know it's not Quran only. A lot of men in this world like young girls. Doesn't matter what country they are in. That's why they call pedophile. Everyone knows that. But hence we are Muslim. We're talking about our people and our culture. So that's why I was talking about that. But anyway, I know in our culture it's very hard for anyone to talk about anything that is in the Quran that is harmful to us, that we have to like, we can practice the other thing that is good for us, you know? But no, we are like, and even though the Quran tells us so many things that we're not doing, we really just picking the ones that favor us and choking everyone to do it and to shut up about it. And this is very harmful. And like I said, this is beyond me. It's for the young children that is going to be like me the next 30 years. So when I was talking there, I have, you know, those two guys. But the other guy, he wasn't like kind of like challenging me. No, he was kind of like talking to this other brother, this American brother who was giving me support. And he was talking first, and then I think this American brother, I was answering him. I didn't put that part in here because I don't want, you know, what I'm putting here too long. I just want some of you that couldn't watch the whole interview. It's over 2 hours. I think it's over 3 hours. If you cannot watch all that, I just have the important part of it, which is where I was attacked and just where I get emotional. That's why I just got that here. The rest is at Sammy's channel. If you want, you can go and watch the whole interview there. So yeah, so I just have like, I was kind of like debating with those people, you know. And these people that were attacking me, one of them that came last, her excuse for attacking me was that I'm not listening to people when they're giving their point. I'm not going to allow anyone to give point that you're looking for excuse, instead of just, this child marriage is in the Quran, but it's harmful. We cannot continue practicing it. And some people are still practicing it inside of us. Also, for us to understand that if you're saying that or fighting against child marriage or any harmful practice in our community, you're not doing it because of the activist herself or himself. You're doing it because of you care for the community. Like I said, this is beyond me. But then I have these two women attacking me. One of them come first, and her username is Mimi Dadimi, something like this. I saw her Mimi Dimi or something like this. I saw her commenting. She actually used to comment for me a lot. I don't know if I blocked her or not. I can't remember, but I remember she used to comment for me some comments like some like they call it hater or something. That's this kind of comment, you know, like, okay guys, I just have to say something first. Like since that Art Kati deportation thing, right, it makes a lot of the people, the Gambians on YouTube, a lot of them people that commenting or the people that do video, couple of them, I cannot say a lot because they're not even that much that I know of, but a couple of them that was interacting with me before that, they just switch after that, from that, saying that I should have agreed for Art Kati to be deported. I say this so many times in videos. And then they're not just doing that, they also even were trying to make me enemy with the person who was trying to deport Art. So they will come and comment and say, you don't like this person, that's why you don't agree with her deporting Art. Oh my God, why are you not going with your Gambian people and you're going with the Americans instead? Oh my God, and just saying all kind of what to me all this time. But yesterday, I was shocked because this is beyond me, like I said. This is a fight for people that are going through this still, not just Gambia. Senegal, Guinea, Mali, all over, even in Ghana, Nigeria, everywhere, just Pakistan, India, all of these third world countries, this is happening every day. Even if the child not as young as my age when I first get married, they definitely will get married before they are 15, and majority of them definitely don't want the man. But their excuse for attacking me was that one of them have the two reasons, saying that I was not listening to the first one who attacked me and just the other people who are beating around the bush with the story. I wasn't listening to them. and that I am just going violent, going aggressive and angry and emotional, and I'm just all over the place. But one thing that I don't understand about this person is, she also said that I understand what you've been through is painful. If that was me, I would take my parents to court by now. If they give me to get married when I was 14 or something, I was going to take them to court because this is too much pain. So this particular person knows, just imagining that if this happened to her when she was 14 is even old compared to my age. But she thinks that she was going to take them to court. Is that painful for just imagining it? But me, that when I was 16, I was at my marriage number 4. She have the gut to tell me that I need to calm down because I have to dull. Dull is calm down. And she also used the English word calm down because she was talking in English. And saying that you'll hear the whole thing. But it's just unbelievable, you know. It makes me really feel sorry for my community very much, to be honest. That's why since yesterday, I'm not myself. It's not because of the long emotion video, you know, that I battled yesterday. No, I'm used to this long emotional time sometime. It comes with this pain. But it's the fact that the community had a long way to go for the voiceless children they son. And we have a lot of voiceless children, not just child marriage victims. And when the adult child grow up and risk it all to talk, get laughed at, get called traumatized, get called mad, get called all kind of names, they're still talking because of the child that don't have voice, and they're trying to make sure that child is not going to be called all these names when they grow up. Then they make it more difficult than the pain they've been through. Which is why a lot of us is not going to come out and talk. And I keep saying this to my community. Whenever you're condemning someone for saying something or bullying them for saying it, you're making other people to not come out and say it, which is why the community, nobody say nothing. That's why a lot of them think I'm mad for talking about this, by the way. They don't get it how I'm too open with life. I've seen life, that's why I'm opened. I don't wish to be like this with life. Because I know how much this hit me back all the time. I know the community I'm dealing with. That's why they did that to me. They have no emotion. A lot of them don't, even though they're smiling and so psychotic. But the sad part about this is that this thing is in publicly done. Everyone that was not from Gambia, most of them that was not from Gambia, was shocked and cannot believe what was happening in the comment section and in the video by my own Gambian people. Although these people do this because they don't like me or they think I'm this and I'm that, but they did it to themselves more. This other woman behind the keyboards and behind the screen that was called Mimi, the one that did the first topic, I don't know who she is, but she tell herself who she is, even though she's behind the keyboards. You cannot come attacking me, arguing with me, making me feel so hopeless that I am hopeless. I cannot help no one apart from talking. Talking is what I get. If it's the last thing I can do, I will do it. It can still save one person, and it did save people. And the talking is what lead me to this organization that I'm working with. So this talking is doing something, and you know it. Doesn't matter if you don't like it, that it's not going to do something. You are not everyone. And she came attacking me for the talking, saying that because I'm saying this is my culture and this is our culture. Okay, guys, I just want you to be totally honest with me, whoever you are listening to this now. How is that I am not allowed to say this is my culture or this is our culture? How is it I'm not supposed to say that my culture people get married young? Our culture, people get married young. By the way, what is the difference between my and our? Because I am sure I am not the only one in my family. If I say our culture, this includes my whole entire family and my great-grandfamily and cousin and everybody. It's our culture, and the whole village and all the villages around the village where my mom from and my dad, those villages around them and all the other villages, just the whole of Gambia, each and every tribe of the Gambians practice this. I don't care if they stopped it now the last 10, 20 years. I don't care if they stopped it the last 50 years. I don't care, but they're still practicing it. Some of their family members are practicing it. If they know their family members and they link up, they will find out that some are still getting married underage. And even if they stopped it 50 years ago, that doesn't mean that it's not their culture. It's their traditional culture, but they stopped it now. Some part of our culture is stopped because it's not working for us. But if someone asks you, what is your traditional culture? Or what is your culture as a person? You say, my culture is this, this, and that. But this particular part of the culture, we don't practice it now because of But what I even want to know is, why these people have problem and come to attack video that someone talking about how to stop this. You don't have nothing to ask them about. You don't care to ask them about, nothing about the topic. You just went straight. I want to ask you why you always say it's my culture. It's our culture. Because if you say our, you mean the whole Gambians, and that's not my culture. When I say our culture, I don't even think of you or any Gambian. Why do you have to take it? And if you think it's so dirty and disgusted for your culture and your family to do it, but you confirm in the video that your grandmother was doing it, it doesn't make sense. What your grandmother was doing is your culture, but you stop practicing it from her because you know it's not good. So if you know it's not good, then why you even bother about the effing is your culture or not? Why do you even have to mention that? It just shows the whole world how you have no soul. Because you should have a lot to focus your energy on. About, okay, Amy, how can we help about this? Hence, you're so psychotic saying at the end that, I want to help you. I'm here to support you with this. You're not there to support me. I don't know, it's because of the wickedness. You guys see that I'm working with this organization now. You think I'm making money or I will make money in the future. I'm not making nothing. This organization is brand new. Barely make nothing. And they're not just about me. I'm just part of it. I'm just the project embrace part of it. And even if this organization was a millionaire successful organization, if they take me to work with them, you have to come and attack me like that publicly. You cannot even hide it for everyone to see who you are. This is seeming and insane, guys. And some of you always say that me, I'm bully. My community is bully. I'm bullying people. Who can come from a community like this when you're not a bully? That's why 90% of the community is bully. Doesn't matter if you're doing it on social media or not. I'm fighting to drop every bad thing that I get from this community. But damn, it's hard, especially when people doing this to you. In this interview, what did I say that you have to come and attack me? I've not done nothing. I just start my interview happily. I pray that I was not going to put a lot of emotion. I was going to be happy and keep the pain and do the interview. But first person enter was just bam. The first Gambian person enter have to just, especially a woman, have to just bam, attacking me. This is not my culture and you're just talking about it. You're not doing nothing. You're hopeless there for talking. You cannot save nothing. And then telling me that I should go and work with the organizations. What organization I should work with? The organization that is laughing at me and bullying me like you are doing? The Gambian organization that is bullying me like you are doing? I contacted the biggest organization in Gambia for FGM and child marriage and they never replied to me. What do you want me to do? By the way, if you, the Gambians, think that I should go and talk to the organization and work with them instead of... If you think I should go and work with the organization instead of talking, I should find out these organizations in Gambia that do child marriage stuff and work with them. Then you should help me if you are better than me. You must know someone, hence you have no any child marriage. You come from an educated, good family background. Then you should know these people that are doing this organization. I've been talking for 4 years. You cannot tell me that the whole Gambia community that is watching me all these 4 years, calling me traumatized, bullying me. You cannot tell me that none of you know anyone that own organization. Because me, I did my best. I emailed a couple of organizations in Gambia, no reply. I Facebook message their page, no reply. Especially this particular one that I said in the video. The biggest one in Gambia. But if you guys know them, I am so a lot of you that watching me knows these people that own organizations that fight child marriage, as you call it, you're fighting child marriage. So why didn't you contact me then and say, Amie, come, let's work with me, like this organization that I'm working with it. These black Americans in America that contact me to work with them, calls from Africa. They just saw my video like you guys are doing all these 4 years, bullying and laughing. That's the difference. They just saw it and contact me and said, I want to work with you to do something about this. And we're already saving life and putting children to school. And this organization is brand new. Brand new. So if you know that I have to go work with the organizations in Gambia instead of just talking, then you can send them my email if you know any of them. Or anyone who knows someone who owns one. You cannot tell me that all of you Gambian people that are educated, like I said, and know the normal good people in Gambia that are educated, don't know anyone that owns the organizations. You do. I don't know them, but you do. But you never introduce me to them. You never give my videos to any of them and tell them, look at this, our Gambian sister crying about this all these years. Nothing. Until the strangers, the American strangers, family from somewhere else, my sister and brother from another land that are totally strangers to the Gambian community, even though they're family to us. They don't experience this. Their grandma don't experience it like you guys saying nothing. But they know how painful it is by just looking at the video. Instead of bullying me and denying it, they just said, how can we do something to end this? That's what I call supporting. But what you guys did doing and then saying psychotically at the end, like, oh, I'm supporting you, that what you're doing is good, keep it up. No. You want people like me to go and die or just stop talking. You don't want none of us to keep it up. If you do want that, you will not talk like the way you guys did in this video. But like I said, it's great. You show the whole world who you are, thinking you're hurting me. This is beyond me. This is for the other children that are like the old Amie, that are going to be arranged married and do the wedding somewhere else, even like what they did to me. Do the little wedding somewhere else and the child not going to know nothing about it. Just looking at the man and this is your husband and that's it. That pain. And that if you talk, people will bully you and people will call you illiterate and bully you. That's what I don't want that to happen to other children. That's what you should want. You don't have to care about who said it or how they're saying it. Especially when you are making little petty excuses. Saying, why are you saying it's my culture? Why are you saying it's our culture? So I'm not supposed to use the word our. What the hell is our? Even if I say the whole Gambia, every single house you go, they do child marriage, like I'm going mad. Did you not already say that I'm traumatized and I'm mad? There you go. Hence you are the normal one. So why are you arguing about that instead of focusing on the people we are going to be saving? You guys are insane, pitiful, and lack of soul. And you show it to yourself, to the whole world. That's why you did what you did yesterday. But like I said, I have to think of the old AmieJobe, the little AmieJobe that was arranged marriage and do the wedding in another family member house. And this child have no idea, growing up with pain. When I think of that little Amie, I have to keep going. This is beyond me. You think I enjoy this? When you are doing this, even to have someone who will understand and marry you is difficult. They want you to stop talking about it. It's embarrassing to them. That's more painful than what you did to me yesterday. I have two choices, to shut up and let the victim continue, or I continue talking and keep facing the consequences. But I rather choose that because it's that painful. It's damn painful. I don't wish it for even my enemy. I pray none of you should ever experience half of this traumatized, whatever the hell you call it. Now, stay away from when I'm talking about child marriage or anything else. Stay away from my videos. Stay away from when someone invites me to their platform. When you see my name, AmieJobe, logged out. because you don't show me any love on my channel. So you have no right for when someone invite me to talk in their channel about child marriage, you go in there, join in the live bullying me. That's pure bully. And you guys said I am the bully. You said me, I bully in my videos. You guys are the champion bullies. Just your bully is hypocrite kind of a bully. That's why. If I am a bully, you guys teach me bully. My community is the champion bully. That's why you produce someone like me. It's just a lot of you do it behind door, which is why you come in front of the camera yesterday. Very good. Very good you do it in front of the camera. And very good that guy, I don't have him here, but he's in the Sammy's part of the video. That Gambian guy was confirming how much when their women futures appear, then they're enough to get married. Very good. He was making that analysis that people just marry children when their women part appear, like the boobs and stuff. People will just marry them thinking they're good enough. I'm glad he confirmed that in the video. I'm glad one of you confirmed also, if not two of you, that your grandparents did it. And then you say again that it's not your culture, talking like a 1-year-old, making you fool out of yourself. Something that your grandma did. Something that stopped from your grandma is not your culture. So your grandma is not your grandma, she's from China. Why? Anyway, you have time to argue about it's not my culture, it's your culture. Because you are same of the work of your country. You don't want to come from a country like that. That's why. But that's not going to make me stop that. Like I said, this is beyond me. There's a lot of children that is going to go through child marriage even tonight as we're talking right now. As you're watching this video. There's children that is going to be lied down by a man that they hate his God. And he's going to do whatever he wants to them in the name of marriage because of people like you who cannot allow no one to talk. Thank you, guys. And sorry, but yeah, I just had to say this before you watch this video. Watch this video, but I warn you, this video is going to be emotional. Yeah, so at the beginning it's okay, but until they start bullying me for why I'm saying it's our culture, they say that what our is insulting to them and they're condemning it, coming to the video to attack me for me saying our. And yeah, it's just despicable. But yeah, the video is there, guys. And until I see you guys again, thank you and have a good holiday. Bye. Enjoy it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you did? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. You might want to email me again. Sorry. Okay. We're just gonna start, okay? Okay. No, sorry, I was reading the comment. Somebody called Bintu. Bintu, if you're watching, maybe you can call later if you have any question or anyways. Hello guys, welcome, and thank you for tuning in to today's live, which is going to be about child marriage and some contributing factors that we may have to it, which I think number one would be poverty. This is AmieJobe here, and she's a guest today, and she talks a lot about child marriage. She's a big advocate for child marriage and unfair treatment to girls and kids. So, child marriage is a big issue throughout the world. I'm not only going to say Africa because I know it goes on in Asia too. So, but today we're going to be focusing the problems we have in Africa concerning child marriage. And Amie here was a victim of child marriage. She got married at a very, very tender age. And she's going to be talking to us today about child marriage. And also, Amie is part of an association called Cause from Africa, okay? The link is down in my description if you guys want to check them out. So she's part of that association. And in that association, they do a lot of things, especially helping young kids go to school to prevent child marriage. So these kids are from very, very extreme poverty households, and their parents are not able to provide for them the way parents should provide for a child. So, and some of these things are one of the factors that may lead to parents giving especially girl child away into early marriage, which may come to affect the child, which Amy is going to be talking to us about it, because she will tell us how it affects her, and from her experience, of course, since she's a victim, you would know that this will affect any other child the same way, if not even more. Okay. So once again, thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you. And I mean, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself too, even though I did, but go ahead and tell us about yourself and your channel. Why did you start your channel, and why I know, well, I already know why you're motivated to talk about child marriage. Why, but why do you think it's very important for us to create awareness to people, especially our African elders that are forcing their children into early marriage?
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you for having me. And yeah,
I'm happy to have you.
so my name is AmieJobe. A lot of you know me. I should be looking at you here. I forgot. My name is AmieJobe, and a lot of you know me from my channel. You know, I do different kind of topic, and most of the time I'm like condemning everything. So yeah, I am from the Gambia. A lot of you know that, and I'm 40 years old, and I have 3 children. But I'm here with the older one in Gambia, and I am a single mom, but I'm not available. And yeah, so I do, like, on my channel, I talk about child marriage, and I talk about stuff that our community can either learn from or avoid doing. And I also talk about current affairs, and sometimes just even fashion. I do like try on clothes. I try everything. My channel is just like everything. I do lessons as well for like Wallop or Mandinka, which I've not done for a long time. But just my channel, you know me. Okay, so I've been through the child marriages so many times, like at a very young age, and it was very difficult. I about banging pain, don't push to it. So I just talk about it a lot because I don't want other children to have to go through this, because not just it can hurt you, because men are not the same. Every child experience child marriage differently, depend on the man, that was your husband, and if you little like them or you don't like them at all, and if they were really horrible to you, abusive or no. Everyone experience it differently. It's like domestic abuse or whatever you call it. Everyone experience it differently. So, but that's not the only reason why I'm talking. I'm also talking because our community, although they will child marry you, which they're still doing that, they also will use it to bully you a lot. Adi, sabo bang si video. Oh my God, Adi. Do dem si beru mi nga mas beke sabo bi next video. I'm not comfortable sabo bi next video. Wana Adi dafa important talk. I'm so sorry, guys. My son here with his game.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So what happened is our community, like I was saying, they're gonna child marry you, and then they're gonna laugh at you for child marrying you. When I was young, people that are my age used to laugh at me. Hey, you have a husband. The ones that were in child marriage, because I think ours is worse because my mom moved from the village to the city. But then she come with this culture of child marriage. So she was still child marrying us in the city where nobody around us was doing it. So these children were like laughing at us sometime, and just us feeling ashamed to be the only one to get married when our other girlfriends are going to school, or just other girls in the neighborhood. So it was very depressing growing up, and you feel hopeless, and people just look you different. And then when you come as an adult, the adults will still maybe bully you for it, or like look you down. And even the men, they're like, oh, you've been married so young, or you've been married how many times, thinking you are disgusting, and just look you down, when they don't even know you. Like, so it's just very painful and very embarrassing and seeming and depressing for a child to go through. And then you have, if the child have an abusive man, or really bad man, or really strong man, just, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the men are different.
Yeah.
So it's just very harmful. And why I want us to talk about it is that the men, they cannot stop it. The men all over the world, and especially these countries that do child marriage, they can stand up and say there's no more child marriage and put their foot down and it will end like this. But they cannot do it. I don't know if they're waiting for us, the women, to take it serious because it's benefiting them. And that's the reality. You have pedophile men all over the world. So if you know that you can marry your victim instead of going to jail, then you just marry your victim. I know these children, their parents have to stop doing it instead, but the parents do it for a lot of different reasons. Some do it for poverty. Some do it because they think the girl is maybe gonna have a boyfriend or girlfriend, especially if they see the girl going out, like following some men. Some do it because it's just a cultural thing. Like they just have a husband for you from a young age. It doesn't have to be like an old, ugly husband like mine. It could be like a younger man who is your cousin or somewhere in the family. And they just arrange it and give you to this husband when you are like 15, 16, or 14, which is still a child marriage. And this husband, sometimes if you are lucky, he's good and he love you. If you are not lucky, he's not going to be good. He's not going to show you love. He will take you because you're young. Sometimes they agree. Sometimes they don't want to take you, but they're taking you because their parents agree for them to take you by force. So both of the parents of the girls and the boy don't have choice. They have to go together by force. So then they will just take you, but they cannot respect you. Most of the time, like when you have a wife that you don't really love, you just doing it because the parents want you to do it. It's unless you're very kind. If not, you're gonna talk to her anyhow, treat her anyhow, and she's gonna like give birth, and she's not gonna be happy. And then if she's not lucky, the marriage gonna end at the end, which is still like she's lucky in a way if she doesn't love you, but then she's not lucky in a way because our community, although it's hard to have a husband who will like keep you and look after you and be there for you fully, like with honesty and determination, it's hard to have that. But they like don't want you to divorce at all. Like the moment you divorce, the men will judge you. Some women also judge you, and it's just a big shame for us. So to avoid all of that, and for us to know our value and our dignity as a human being, as a woman, even when we become an adult, then we have to have that from a young age. People teach us that we are valuable and that we are important. So we can wait till we're over 18, choose who we want. Even if we are not 18, we are like 16, 17. Make sure the girl agree and want the man then. So she have only herself to blame. So this is all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amie.
Mm.
Listening to you a couple of times, talking about child marriage, and when you used to talk about, especially you said it now also, it could be because of poverty, it could be because the parents are scared that the girl child might start having boyfriends and get unwanted pregnancy, and it could also be because of cultural beliefs. I was like, that's not a part of my culture. I don't know, because maybe probably where I was born and raised, I don't know, something like that. And hearing you talk about the age that you got married, I I have never seen anything like that. Maybe I know that you're way, way older than me, so that could also play a role here. But yesterday, before I went to bed, I was like watching videos based on child marriage topics all over Africa and Asia. And I was shocked at what I saw. Like 10-year-old kids, 11-year-old kids. So basically it's between 10 to 14 being the best age for these kids to get married. Okay, maybe if you're 16, they might think you're a bit, too old, and you may know too much. So it's like
Yeah,
10 to 14 is the best age. And I have never imagined that this kind of thing is happening in the 21st century, like
yeah,
in 2020. But I saw the videos and I saw these kids, some of them escaped, and it's all over Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, and Afghanistan. I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. Well, probably I was born and raised in a different environment. We're all in Gambia, but also we're also being raised in a different environment. And I feel like child marriage also, because it's been banned, even though it's banned, but like the the government is not taking actions, to making
No.
sure that this stops completely. It's just a word of mouth saying it's banned. So it's still going on, especially in the provinces.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate you coming on board, and people are gonna be asking questions. First of all, I just want to acknowledge the super chatters, Oriyomi and Jolie. Thank you so much. I saw it, and I'm not posting the comments on the screen because I don't want to distract Ami while she's talking. But that before I let Mamita, Mimi, yeah, Mamita say something. Um, do you think child marriage can also push people or the girl child to prostitution? Because like you, for someone like you got divorced several times, without
Mm.
because you don't want these people. But what if it's somebody who ran away? Because some people can run away, they can run away and they don't have anybody to help them. Their parents will abandon them or probably even disown them. So if they
Mm-hmm.
don't have anybody, don't you think it can also lead them to, prostitution?
Yes, and they can even kill themselves. 2 years ago or so, there was a social media picture going around. I saved it on my phone then, but I took it off because it was so sad. This 10-year-old girl in Guinea who killed herself because she was given to an older husband that she didn't want. So it can be very harmful in a different way. Like everyone with how you handle your own pain, but it depends on the individual and the kind of person you are. So we all handle it differently, but it's very harmful either way.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have Mimi and Easy. Mimi, welcome. You have a question for Amy or you want to say something, contribute to this topic?
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Sammy. Hi, Ami.
Hi.
Naharef.
Fine, thank you.
So, Ami, this is my question. I do understand about the child marriage and I'm against it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to see how we can support you because I always tell Sammy that it's very clear that you're very traumatized about the child marriage. And I
Mm-hmm.
know that it's very wrong on all angles. It's just wrong. I'm against it. But one thing that I see that you keep saying is like it's our culture. And we all come from Gambia. I barely see anybody do child marriage. And I know that it's still going on maybe in the villages and stuff like that. And sometimes I think it's due to poverty because you are not going to be having much and then you're going to be giving your child to somebody 60 years because I never see that in my life. That's why I feel so sorry about your situation because I don't understand how I can get my maybe 10-year-old or 8-year-old and give it to a person that old. That's just like inhumane from my perspective. But you always say that it's our culture. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to agree with Ami saying that that's not our culture. And I do understand that maybe our grandparents were married very young during that time. Even in the Western world during that time, 100 years ago, people married young. So for you to come right now and say that's our culture, I think that's not our culture. That is dealing with individualism, depending what kind of situation you come from. So, and I want to understand, do you ever ask your parents, why do they give you so young? Why child marriage? Because I find it very hard to understand how can you give your um, kids out like to get married that young. Did you ever ask your parents why?
I couldn't ask them then. I couldn't ask my mom then. I asked my mom just when I start talking about it, which is like 4 years ago. That's when I asked her then, yeah. But I know why, because she was married young herself and her entire family did. But I'm just gonna talk to you about the fact that not just you, but a lot of people don't like it when I say it's our culture. And I don't know why people don't like it. And when
Because
I say it's not my
nah,
it's our culture,
because
I don't mean like
my mom is like 60. She went to school, she went to high school, and she graduated. and then she get married. It's not like, even though my grandparents get married young, but as time goes, those kind of things get out of our culture. Like my mom didn't marry when she was 8 or 10. She went to school and graduated and then get married. So that's the reason why people don't agree with you when you say it's our culture. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, because maybe in some situation they, like, you can see it being normal over there, but not everywhere. Because nowadays, if anybody see any child get married that young, do you know that the government can step in? Do you know?
Okay,
And that's another thing that I want you to understand, that you know that you can work with the government. There are a lot of organizations in Gambia that you can work with about this child marriage. And if you see anybody doing it, do you know that you can report them and they can go to jail? They can go to prison for it, because it's against the law now.
that's what they said is against the law, but it's happening all the time. I don't know if it's still happening as young as my age. My age, I was 12 when I was handed over to the second husband who did something to me. But I just want to talk about the fact that a lot of people, when they hear me saying it's our culture, they just thinking I'm saying like it's a culture of every single Gambian person. Whenever I say it's our culture, it's our culture. It's
But
what
do you
happened to my
understand? You
mom mother.
generalize it like
Can
it's
I
our
just please
culture.
explain this, please?
Okay.
It's what happened to my mom mother. My mom herself, her sisters, the whole village where my mom is from. This is what's happening there. Until now, they're marrying on the age. Just 2 days ago, one of my cousin in India, who is like my age, one of her daughter, who is the same age with my daughter here, got married not long ago.
Okay. But do you
So
know
it's
that?
still happening. When I say it's my culture, I don't mean like culture of every Gambian. I mean like it's my culture. When I'm talking about this is my culture, that is my culture, I don't even think of the whole of Gambian people.
Okay,
You
I
see
get
what I
it.
mean? I
I
just took like this
understand,
is
but
my
do
culture,
you
this
know
is
that
my family. It's
sometimes
like how we
you say
interact,
it's
move
our
and stuff.
culture. You
And
don't
it's
say
not
it's
just for
my
us.
culture.
It's still happening in Gambia right now as I'm talking to you. There's
And
a
I
victim in my
agree.
house who is 13-year-old that when she got married 3 years ago, she's 13. I had a video. The video is there. If you want, I can call WhatsApp now. She can talk live. You can hear her. She's fuller. She
No,
got married.
I
She's in
think
my
you
house in
show it on
Tangier.
YouTube,
She
and
got arranged
I
marriage
saw
with an
it.
older man who she does in love. And she got married to the man when she was 13. She still look like 13 or 12 anyway. She's very small. And she's heavily 8 months pregnant now with her second child from this man who was beating her, abusing her. That's just 3 years ago. Until now, especially my mom village, where all my aunties are, they're giving away their children young. I cannot do nothing about it. When I
Okay,
report them,
I saw
I
it,
don't know
but
how
I'm
I'm
not
gonna report them. It's gonna
disagreeing.
be very big thing. We all know our culture. My mom sisters, my mom little sisters, their children been arrested. They've been arrested because they're giving their daughter by me, Amie. Ooh, would you do that to your mother? But the only thing I can do is to talk about it, to tell people that it's bad. But if the child run and come to me and say, save me in the future, for example, they know my number to call. For example, I'm in Gambia. I will save them. But if not, I cannot just go and stop the weaving like a god, and get blamed. When people
Okay,
already blaming me
can
for
I
just
say
saying
this
it's my
before I
culture.
leave my thought? I mean, I understand that. One thing I disagree,
The
I said it.
FGM is still
You
happening.
say
It's our Gambian culture. Child marriage
Okay.
is a Gambia, Senegal, Africa culture
Definitely,
in general.
I
But it doesn't
agree
mean that
with some of
you're
the
going to
stuff
do
that
that
you
every
said.
African culture is going to happen to your family. No. Everything
Can
that is
I can
happening
I
in your
say this,
country,
Annie?
it doesn't have to happen to your
Mimi,
family
can you
because it's the
let
culture.
her speak? Let her finish, then you can talk.
If it's not the culture, then how is going to happen to me? Did I have some China stuff? Did I have some China culture happening to me in Gambia growing up?
Okay, I mean,
Why?
this is what I want you to say. This is what I want you to hear me out on this one, because you say it's our culture. That means you are generalizing. I understand right now. You say it's
It's
my
okay, sis.
culture.
It's not our culture. It's Chinese culture. It's fine.
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
Chinese.
It's not my culture. You because I never see
I'm
anybody in
not
your
saying it's your
family
culture.
that marriage young, but you generalize it like Gambians
I
do
never
it. And I
generalized it.
understand that there are some people that do it. I mean, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm trying to see how we can help you. And what I'm trying to say is there are organizations in Gambia that you can work with. Sometimes sitting on YouTube and talking about it like that is not even going to help you without taking this further step. I see that girl that you put on YouTube that she ran away and then you were trying to help her. Even me, I'm trying to see how I can help you, but we have to take it further. I understand that you don't want to put your relative in problems, but that's the only way we can stop it. Talking about it is not gonna stop them. You have to do some other things so that they can stop, because it's illegal, and it's just I don't know how to say it, to give a child like a 10-year-old to a 60-year-old man. That's wrong.
Okay, can I come in? Can I come in right there? So I personally, I think that it's good that she's talking about it,
Exactly.
because talking about it is going to make a difference. Even though the government taking a step, or she working with an organization is also important, but talking about it, you have to remember also that the world is watching, and there could be a child that can be saved by somebody just coming out and talking about their experiences and what they are leading their child to. So I think talking about it is not a problem. I think for me, this is my opinion though, Mimi. I think it's okay that she's talking about it, because she's gonna be able to help a lot of people, just like how other people are coming out to talk about it and talking about what they went through during child marriage, or what they're still going through, because there's some people who are still stayed in these marriages even though they're not happy, but they're trying to tolerate what they're going through with no happiness. So we have to talk about it. She have to talk about it as a victim. You get what I'm saying? But when you talk about the culture, I also understand where you're coming from. Like somebody like me, I was like, no. When I used to watch Army, I was like, no, that's not my culture. That's not our culture. Because
Can I just say something there, Sammy, please? Can I please just say something there, please? I know I'm gonna be like, in this interview, okay? Because I never been interviewed like this. I've been interviewed with the child marriages a couple of times, a few years ago when I first started talking about it. But it was just me telling people over the phone or like in a live video. I just explain what happened. Fairness. It's never like this kind of way. And me talking about it 4 years now, I know how the Gambian community is observing it. They've never seen anyone like me and my case and the way I'm so vocal. And I talk about everything else, not just this. I condemn so many things. And I always tell you guys, I am a condemn master. I'm not proud of it. It could be this thing did this to me. So you're lucky that I'm even truthful enough to tell you guys this. So I know why I have people that don't like me, because the way I'm jumping on her body. Fine. This is who I am. I don't wish to be like this either. Okay. When people saying that this is not my culture, arguing, focusing on this is not my culture. When I say this is my culture, I don't even say like this is Sami culture or Kumba culture. Or when I say this is our culture, I also don't say Kumba or Sami or da. Why are you even taking it to you, your home and your mother and your parents' culture? That's what I don't understand. One, because Gambia have a lot of culture that, for example, you can say attire is a Gambian culture. Is your house in Gambia doing attire? Did they have to do attire for attire to be Gambian culture? Benachin is Gambian culture. Chereg Mboum is Gambian culture food, traditional Gambian food. Did your mom or your home have to grow up eating Chereg Mboum? Why is that? I know this is seeming for any community to have a child that is married under my age and still hot by effing 40-year-old crying and talking about it, jumping off a barrack. It's seeming, but it's more sinful for me. I have children. None of you have more dignity than me. I would not be standing here talking to you if I don't have dignity. I know the pain that this put me through. If I didn't fight it, you would never even know me from this YouTube. By now, I'm drunk in the bars, drunk in the pub, prostituting myself, cocaining myself, if I didn't fight what this pain was putting me through. But what I am tired of the Gambians doing over the years with me talking about this, and my job have very vocal that I talk about everything else, is I'm tired of the Gambians trying to not understand that when someone is hurt by your community, no matter how much they jump in for brick, you jumping brick back is not going to help them. And this is me honor. Even if I'm dead, hear me out. If I'm dead, use this technique. Because you have a lot of people that are hot than me. You might just not see them now. They will come out later. You already see some. They'll come out later. This is social media time now. And when people don't have anybody to hear them, social media is their only place to attack. You know it. The whole world knows it. You guys are lucky I'm open like a book telling you my whole life and how I feel, why I'm jumping off a bridge. So you guys are lucky you know this. Why a lot of you focusing on this is not my culture? Hey, no, I've never heard it. This is not my culture. When I say this is my culture, people ask me, why did you get married young?
Okay, am I going to say that? I don't know, because where I'm from, this never happened. I've never seen anything like it. It's not even the culture there. Nobody ever done it, but they just did it to me because they hate me. Is that what you want me to say? It's
I
not
mean,
my culture.
nobody didn't say that. That's
So
what
I'm not
I
allowed to
want
say
you
this
to
is my
say.
culture. It's like
Okay,
someone go through
it's your
FGM,
no.
fighting
This is what I'm
FGM. You
trying
ask
to
them
say.
why you been through FGM, and they cannot tell you because it's our culture. People doing it. Even my parents been through it. That's why they did it to me. I don't even, when I'm saying that, I don't even think of the rest of the Gambians. Why you have to carry that and argue with it? It's not just you, sis. That's why I'm talking. I don't know who you are.
Okay,
I'm talking. A lot of
easy.
people say this to me, not just you,
I
and
mean, you
it's actually
generalize
painful. Now I'm
it,
thinking.
and today
Doesn't
you
matter if
like
it's your
I
culture
said,
or not. It's
and when you
Gambian
say
culture. You
culture,
cannot
culture
change
means
it.
it's the norm. Culture means it's the norm. That's what you need to understand. I think you don't understand what the word culture means. If you say it's our culture, it means it's normalized.
It
That's
is
what we
normalized.
know.
That's why it happens to me. That's why it's still happening. That's why that girl in my house is sitting there.
And I never
Go
agree
and
with
find
you.
out yourself in Gambia. Call your families. I bet you. Call your
My
families.
family, I
If you
never
want
see anybody.
tomorrow, I'll give you a new child married victim from Gambia if you bet me.
I mean,
Okay,
in your situation, I'm not arguing with you, but in my surroundings, I don't see it. And like I said,
Unbelievable.
how can we help you? I understand that you need to talk about it.
No, if you're talking about help, you will not be
We
here
are
talking
all
about this
God.
is not my culture. This is not
It
my
is
culture.
not. It's not. If it's mine, then I would say
No
my
one tell you it's your culture, and it doesn't matter if
my
it's your culture
culture.
or not. It's my culture, and I am from Gambia, and it happens to my grandma, my mother, my
Then
sisters,
why you
my
want
big
me?
sisters. So it's my
Why
culture. You
do
cannot
you
change it, and
want
it's a
me
lot
and
of people
other
culture.
Gambians to
Lot of
agree with
people
you
culture.
that
Even
our
you, your
culture?
family. If you ask them
okay,
in the
okay, okay.
past, they
Calm
had it.
down, calm
Ask
down.
your grandparents in the past. They had it.
Okay, okay,
You
okay.
never
Thank you.
said that my grandparents, that's what I said, not only in Gambia or in Africa. If you come to America, 100 years ago, people were marrying when they are 14, 16.
Exactly.
That was years ago. But in this day and age, nobody do that. That's what
They
I'm
do
trying
it
to tell
still.
you.
You
And
might
where
not
I
see
go,
it.
I understand
They
that
do
in
it
your
still.
culture, you already
There's a
said
little
it.
girl in my
You
house now in
happiness.
Gambia with my mom.
I mean,
Okay.
I understand it's still happening, and you already said it. You put it in a video that there's a fuller girl in your village that is going through the same situation. I agree with it. What I'm trying to tell you is like, I mean, stop saying it. It's a Gambian culture, and you said
It
it
is a
so many
Gambian
times,
culture. Go and ask
and it's
your family
not.
member or friend in Gambia to do research for you. They'll bring you 10 victims tomorrow. Give them
Okay, okay.
transport money to go to the
Mimi.
villages in Gambia and just ask random people, do you know any underage person who get married, any young girl? They'll tell them, yeah, this young girl got married last week or last month. That compound, go there. Ask them, do your own research. You know it.
Okay,
What are you
Mimi.
talking about? Are you not from Gambia?
I understand where you're
I've
coming
never
from,
seen
Mimi,
this.
because I think in the same direction as you. Whenever Ami say it's our culture, I also am like, no, 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 it's not, because I have not seen it and I have not asked that type of question.
I've
Now, but
never
when
seen
she
this.
talked about FGM right now and compared it to FGM, of course I know FGM is a part of my culture, my tribe, but I'm not counting everybody in there, because there are like the Wolof don't do FGM, but I know that my tribe, it is a part of our culture. Okay, so
But when you just say it's my culture, I don't have to think about me. When you just say, for example, FGM is my culture, I don't even, or you say it's a Gambian culture, I don't even think about, oh, I'm not part of FGM, I'm fana. Because it doesn't matter, Mandinka, Sarahule, Jola, as long as you're from Gambia, your grandparents are from Gambia, this is a Gambian culture. But it doesn't have to be Sami culture, because Sami is maybe another tribe of Gambia or da. Gambia has different culture. It's not just one single culture that the whole Gambia follow.
okay,
I've never
I'm
seen
gonna
this.
come to Easy. I'm gonna come to you right now. So Mimi, do you get what she's saying right now?
I understand what she's saying that it's my culture. I get it that part, but for her to generalize that like it's every household in Gambia, that's not true. I understand back in the days, even my grandmother was married young, but compared to now, my grandmother passed away. Maybe she should be 100 and something. I can understand during that time that we're doing it, but in my mom don't do it. My mom or her siblings, none of them married when they're really young. They married after they graduate from high school. So It depends. I'm seeing it in the individual cases, not in like a Gambia as a whole. That's all I gotta say. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't talk about it. She needs to talk about it, because if she doesn't talk about it, she's not gonna shed a light on it. But nowadays, there are so many organizations that she can work with in Gambia so that they can stop that. And I think that she's a face for it, and then she would be really helpful if she take it to that level. I'm not
No.
saying don't talk
Because
about it,
everywhere I go, people will tell me this is
but
not Gambian culture there.
they
You're
have
just
to get with.
lying maybe to make money. This is not
I
Gambian
mean,
culture.
right now,
People are busy
FGM,
fighting me that this is
and
not
right
Gambian
now,
culture instead of helping the victim.
can I finish? Because I let you talk. The reason why FGM is eradicated in Gambia
When
is
things happen to your grandma and then you're saying it's not the culture.
I'm
It's
not
our
saying,
culture, but we're not
I'm not,
practicing it now.
I,
So
that's
many
what
things
I'm,
that happen
I
to
mean,
our mother
that's
and
what
our
I'm trying to
grandma, we
tell you.
don't
That's
like it. We
back
are moving
in the
away from it.
days.
Doesn't mean that it's not
That's
our
back
culture.
in the days. 100 years ago, people were doing it. Like I said, even
Yes,
in
but
England,
because our
people
culture,
were
that's why they
doing it.
were doing it.
But
It's like you
people
talking
were
about your
doing it.
culture. Someone asks you, what is your culture? You say, da, da, da,
I
is
mean,
my
you
culture.
need to
But we're
understand
not
what the
practicing it now because it's not working for us. We all know that the young generation, they're moving away from culture, even in America. Anywhere you go, a lot of the traditional things, people don't practice it up to now. Doesn't mean that it's not the culture. And why you even bother about it being the whole culture for every Gambian
because
or not?
it's not mine and I am Gambian, so it's not my
Okay, Mimi, I'm gonna let Easy talk because she's been here for a while and she is listening. So let's hear what Easy have to say about this topic and also what you guys were talking about. Go ahead, Easy, and I'm very sorry for the wait, but I needed Mimi and Ami to listen to each other, even though it was hard. Okay.
It's okay. It's all right. Wow. Hi, Ami. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Oh God. First of all, I'm gonna say, wow, marrying very young. I don't know how you did it. Like, you have a very strong spirit to be able to, get out from that situation. I've never experienced something like that, but I've heard a lot of stories and I've seen stuff like news and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. I'm not from Gambia. I'm from Nigeria, but I don't stay in Nigeria. But I understand all this culture and all these things. Um, things like this, like what you said. I mean, it happens in another part of Nigeria, like a lot. The north of Nigeria, like the Hausas and Fulani's area. Um, I think they need to really do something about it because those girls, they're gonna grow up being so traumatized, very traumatized, and some of them again abused, and it can turn that person crazy. Because those men, I think they prey on those young girls because they are naive and they can abuse those girls anyways because you can turn someone crazy. And I heard about a story at the north of when this young girl, she was very young when she got married. She actually poisoned her husband. She poisoned all of them because she was so angry to be in the relationship, in the marriage. She killed the husband and the friends with rat poison. And I think it happened up
Your
north.
voice is very low. Can you please speak louder, please?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Yeah. She killed her husband with rat and her husband friends with rat poison because she wasn't happy in the marriage, and she wasn't happy, but she didn't know how to like speak out. She's traumatized. She's very young.
Thank you, Os.
Pardon?
Sorry. Os, somebody in the comment here saying almost every tribe in Gambia practice child marriage.
Yeah, and I know, as you said, it's not only in Gambia as well. It happens in Nigeria, in northern part, and over. I think some south other part of Nigeria happen, but I know a lot in north part. They marry off that little kids out so early. So what I'm going to say is that yeah, there should be like laws, like to try and stop this man. He's very sick, very, very sick. This man should not be doing this. He's very, very sick. And I think if they do it, they should arrest the parents and the men. They should put them in prison for that. and people will stop doing it. It's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. And I also heard that you said that you marry your cousin in Gambia. I was really shocked. Do you marry your cousin?
Oh yeah, people marry their cousins all the time. Or
Wow,
even
that's like the Asia country, like Pakistan
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. So it's
wow.
more. I think it's more of a Muslim thing. Muslim people do it more than anybody. But even if you are not Muslim, you can do it too. But well, in our Gambia and Senegal, Muslim people do it a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that in Africa that they married a cousin because I only heard about Asia because I'm in the UK. A lot of Asian people, they're Pakistanis and stuff. They married a cousin a lot. So I didn't know that in the Gambia you can. Well, I don't know. I think they need to train the kids. The boys? They should know better not to marry young girls because those girls they're human beings. They have life, you know. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sorry about what you went through, but you keep going, keep talking about what you went through because there's a lot of young girls out there. Maybe they can't speak. They're scared for their life. Maybe they're married to a narcissistic husband that's way older than them, so they can't speak out. You know, they're getting abused. They don't know. They're looking for ways to run away from the marriage. So I think you should keep talking about it to stop it because it's happening. It's still happening out there. So keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it right. You should speak it out. You should speak out about it because a lot of people need to know. And when they see you speaking more about it, more people is gonna come out and talk because it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Yeah.
Thank you
Because
so much.
at young age, the body's not developed anyway. The body's not developed properly. Yeah, at that young age,
Exactly.
she shouldn't be doing stuff or even thinking of marriage at that young age. Yeah. All right, then you're a very strong woman. So that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Take
Appreciate it.
care.
Thank you.
Bye, Tammy.
Easy.
Bye. Tammy.
Maybe
Appreciate
can
you.
I say this and then I'm gonna get off
Take
so that I
care.
will let other people come in.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm not denying that there is still child marriage in Gambia. What I'm saying is there are so many organizations in Gambia that you can go and work with them so that they can eradicate child marriage if it's still happening, because I don't see it. I'm just gonna tell the truth. Okay, there is the reason why FGM is illegal in Gambia is because of a lady that fight over it, and now it's illegal. Even though maybe there are people that doing it maybe on the
It's
ground,
no maybe.
but
It's
but
happening all the time.
let me finish. Let me finish. I don't cut you. Let me finish, and I will give you your platform so that you can have it. Okay. The reason why FGM is illegal in Gambia is because there's a lady that fight for it, and now it's illegal. If we want to eradicate child marriage, you have to go fight for it. You cannot. I don't say don't talk about it. If you don't talk about it, then you're not gonna put light on it. You have to talk about it, but you have to do action so that they would stop it and make it illegal, because it's not everybody that go through it. So most people don't even know maybe it's still going on, or people just put a blind eye to it because it doesn't affect them. So that's all I gotta say. And I'm not against what Ami is doing. I really support Ami 100%, because what happened to her, I cannot even imagine that happened to me or to my child. And if I can do anything to help Ami so that we can take it to a different level, I will do it, because we are all Gambian. And that's all I gotta say. Ami, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi.
Can
Thank you,
I
Mimi.
please say something, please, Sammy?
Yeah,
And I'm sorry,
hold
Sammy,
on,
but
let
it's
me.
not like like this argument.
EJ,
It's
you
not
have
like
to connect your mic, EJ, so that I can add you, because I'm not able to add you and I see you've been trying for a while. Sorry, please connect your mic so I can add you.
yeah. Sorry, Sammy. So what I'm saying is, I know this topic is very sensitive because we are all women, and it's very embarrassing for any community for someone to come out of a community to explain that this happened to them in the community. I'm thinking, if this doesn't happen to me, and I was watching Ami saying this, because I like to visualize things sometimes, believe me or not. But this woman, I don't know about her saying that, she wish me best or she want to support me. I think if she want to support me, what she could do is to just, doesn't matter this happened to her or no, and she have no right to be telling me that you're just talking about, this is not just her, by the way. Like I said, I don't know who she is, but it's not just her. So I guess it's easier because I don't know who she is. So I can just then be totally open with her and tell her how I feel about what she's saying. But it's not like just her. A lot of people will tell me like, you're just talking, you're not doing something about it. And and what she said that you should, there's a lot of organizations you can work with. That I don't know if you're talking about this girl who is the #1 FGM fighter in Gambia. I think she's called Fatu or something. I think she has Sarahule name or something, and she's an ambassador brand for some makeup person company. If you know the girl I'm talking about, I Facebook her on her page so many times few years back when I first started talking about this. Tell her I want to work with you. I've been through this. No reply. I even go online Googling some random website, child marriage website organization, emailing them. I've been through this. I've been married this number of times from this age, and it still hurt me. Sometimes I walk on the street crying. Please, I want to help other people in my country or just get my message out there. They never reply me. So now I've been talking about it in these videos all the time, which you and a lot of people think that I shouldn't be doing. I'm just yapping. By the way, this talking about it in this video lead me to this organization to contact me and want to work with me. So not just also because before I even know them, people were calling me, like I said, especially Senegal in the villages. I have 2 victims that I saved from Senegal in the villages because they are people. One of them is America. He's in America. I don't know if he will see this video. He's one of my fan, #1 fan, this guy. He's married and his wife in America. He called his families and stopped them from marrying young people in the village because of my talking. So even if I save that one young girl, that is still important to me. Plus, I have another one from Senegal and Gambia too. I have one person over the years of me talking on Facebook. And whenever someone call you and said, I learned this from your video, know that 10 people learn or more, they're just not going to call you. Because it's not everybody that want to call you on Facebook to explain what I learned from your video. You know this, right? Also, even if I was talking about it and no one learned from it, the whole world insulting me for talking about it, I'd rather talk about it than me talking about any other topic that they're going to pay me 10 million. Because I know how painful and how serious it is for this to not happen to the other girls. That's why I don't enjoy talking about it. This happened to me and my other 3 sisters. It's 4 of us, and I'm the only one talking about it. This happened to my mom, her sister's children. None of them is talking about it. It's the same for me to come out and talk about it. I feel like I'm shaming my mom. But this happened to her and it led her for other things. Other things happened to her because of this too. Other things happened to us because of this. Even our family in the village, child marriage make them experience other consequences, other things. It's just really bad, especially when the person don't love the person and when they're so young. So it's not about just talking about it. You just talking about it is not going to do nothing. So what do you want me to do? You want me to come and talk about basket and cake? Anything I ever talk about in my videos, no matter how you think that topic is benefiting you, talking about child marriage is more important to me than 1,000,000% compared to anything that I ever talk about now. Me, I know I have a lot of enemies. I already start my topic with this because I condemn every time. What happened to me make me a condemn master. You guys are lucky I'm honest with you to tell you the truth. Why I'm condemn master. I also tell you I'm not proud of being a condemn master. So last thing I need is the Gambians coming attacking me about this is not our culture. So it's Chinese culture. I'm from China. This happened to me in China. Every time people, they child marrying their children, circumcising their children to death in Gambia until now. Because it's not just about, hello, this is banned. How many things that is banned in Gambia that is happening? From weed to cocaine to whatever. Like every other country doing illegal stuff. Especially Africa, you know it. So why are you talking as if when something is just banned, everybody like, yeah, this is illegal, let's not do it. It's happening. And you know that even sometimes people will do it, for example, and you want to arrest them. They will lie and say the child is not under age, they're 18. And they'll tell the child, tell them you're 18. Because if not, they'll take me to jail. You know how our community is. Banning it alone is not enough for them to stop. This talking that you think is nothing is the solution. And it's not like I don't want to go to Gambia and talk about it. I want to go to Gambia and talk about it. But I have children who are going to school here. I have my daughter who is 13. If that was you, you'll be comfortable to take your 13-year-old to a country that child marry you to death. When your child is at school, you'll trust that country with your child and get her out of school and go there with her. I don't want to go there. But sis, you really hurt me, whoever you are. I don't appreciate this. I know when I was coming here that I was going to get hurt. I feel it. That people going to comment or come into the video hurt me, especially the Gambians. I know you guys not used to anyone like me. You've never seen someone like me. There's a reason why you've never seen someone like me. So if I come to talk, no matter how hard it is to hear me, if you cannot hear me, please log out. If you see other video of me that you can hear, you hear, or you watch other Gambians that you like. But don't come attacking me about this is not my culture. Even if I scream all day and say this is Gambian culture, doesn't mean you do it. It's like me saying attire is Gambian culture. The attire doesn't mean that you like attire or you have to do attire in your Gambian house. I don't even think of you when I'm talking. How is that so important? Ask your family. You already said that your mom, your grandma, this happened to her. So what happened to your grandma is not your culture. What kind of person says that? Me, how can I say that this thing that my grandma was doing is not my culture? I have to say only it's my culture, but I don't like it. It doesn't work with my life now. We're too working for this. Because it's not just your grandma who do it. Her grandma did it. The whole of Gambian were doing it. That's why your grandma do it. So how is not your culture because it's dirty and you're shameful? It's the truth. Your people like young people and they're pedophile. Instead of you attacking me about this is your culture or not, try and save the girl in Gambia. Do your investigation and save your own people in Gambia. You don't need me. You can do it. Go and recite the people that are getting married young. Go and recite the girls that are not going to school. Put them to school instead of arguing about is your culture or not.
I mean, can I say something? I never said that Gambians don't do that. What I'm trying to tell you that in this day and age, people shouldn't do that. What happened in my grandma's days is not happening right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do understand that there are some people that are doing it, but like I said, Ami, we have to do action. You cannot just sit on YouTube every day and talk about it without doing any action. I understand that some people listen to you and it might help, but what is the next step? What is the next step? We just
Thank you very much for making me feel so hopeless.
What am I making
YouTube channel or
I mean,
Facebook,
you're being
I pay my own internet
right
for.
now.
I
You
pay
are
my
being,
own internet for it. And this is something that paid me.
I'm done. I'm done right now. I cannot talk to
about
you.
it. Thank you for
Mimi,
making me so hopeless.
Mimi, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take you out. Okay,
It's
she's
not my fault. I can't do nothing about it. It's not my fault. Stop telling me all these years you guys tell me I can't do nothing about this. I know you guys. I know how wicked my country is. This is why I will never stop condemning you guys. You guys are wicked. And you make everyone wicked because you're wicked. How do you have the gut to tell someone who is going through what I'm going through that you should open your YouTube and talk about it? What am I going to talk about? It's more important than what's killing me. Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm very sorry that this happened. Even though I understand the point that Mimi was trying to make, but this is, Ami is a victim of child marriage. And I sympathize with you for that matter. I'm sorry you have to cry on this live. It's not my intention to see you cry. And I believe it's not the intention of Mimi as well. But she was trying to make a point which didn't sit right with Ami, and Ami's point didn't sit right with Mimi either. So I can't pick up the call because I'm struggling with my phone. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. Anyways, I'm sorry, Ami, like I said. Let's see if we can continue this live because there's a couple of people that may want to say something to you. African Millennial, thank you for joining.
Good evening. Thank
Good
you
evening.
for having me. I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you do. Please understand that even if there's some people who don't understand you, some of us, we understand you so much and we really do love you. At first, when I saw your videos, I was like, who is this crazy lady dancing? But then I was like, you know what? She's happy. She's happy. She's doing what she wants. And it's beautiful to see. But then when I sat and I listened to you and you told us your story, I was like, oh my gosh, this is still happening in Africa. I thought that this child marriage thing, I thought that it was over years ago. I had no idea that it happened to you, and I had no idea that it's still happening. And to all the haters out there, all I'll say is, do you know how hard it is to come out and say these things when your own parents did it? Do you know how hard it is to put your face on the internet, your real face, your real name, and to speak about an issue that you yourself you went through and that maybe you didn't have the chance to deal with it? Has anyone in this chat asked Emmy? Has any of us asked her, are you okay? Did you get counseling? Have we talked about this? But some people are there saying, oh, we don't like what she's saying. We don't like what she's saying. She's not only speaking for herself, she's speaking on behalf of people who are still going through this now. If you watch some of her videos, you will see that she has young girls, that this is still happening. She has ladies that are in her village that she's taking care of right now. She's saying she's not only speaking for herself, she's speaking on behalf of people who are still going through this now. If you watch some of her videos, you will see that she has young girls, that this is still happening. She has ladies that are in her village that she's taking care of right now. You guys, this is the problem. You guys are mad at what's happening. You guys are mad at the truth. That's why you're so quick to attack her. But none of you guys are offering your support to help her and to help the victims of this, that it's still happening today. Even if you're asking a stupid question like, oh, well, it didn't happen in my family. We're not talking about your family. We're saying that it still happens in Africa. Yes, it's against the law, but it's still happening. How do we help these women? Why is it so hard for us to help the women that are going through this? It's not easy to speak about things like this. Anybody in this chat, have you been married 8 times? Have you been married 8 times? Have you been married 8 times? Probably not. Were you the one that was married when you were 11 years old? Was that you? You're not speaking from a perspective of somebody who went through it. You're speaking from a perspective of somebody who's watching it. So you don't fully understand. Even me, as I'm speaking right now, I don't fully understand.
I seen her show the other day. She is donating to children. She's doing a lot. She's helping people. And for the panel or for the people in the live stream to just beat up on her to after what she's been through is, I feel, just totally disrespectful. You know, you have to understand where people are coming from. It takes a lot to get on this platform and speak your piece. So you should listen before you open your mouth to speak and criticize someone. If you're not helping building a person up, don't tear them down. Do not. It's not what we're here for. We're here to help each other and grow and unite globally. If you're not helping, you're destroying. So if you have nothing good to say, keep your damn mouth closed. And that's all the hell I got to say today, because I'm not in a good mood. Y'all have a good day, and enjoy whatever y'all call this holiday, whatever. I don't celebrate Christmas because I'm seeking, spiritual healing and things like that. I'm here in the U.S. and it's the things that we deal with in the U.S. as black men and women are just unbearable. They will never tell you the truth, what really goes on in the diaspora. So, we're here to heal each other and help each other. If you're not healing and helping each other, keep your damn mouth shut. Period. That's all I got to say. I'm gone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thanks for calling. And I don't want us to go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? No, not the Empire. I just want to say something.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm just saying hello, hi, salam to my brothers and my sisters. It's been a long night or long day. I don't know how to say it, but I've been watching for a while, and I think, Sami, I will start with you. I think you should be, first of all, as I would say, I think you should be able to control the panel, because this is the second time I'm watching your platform, and people are arguing, and I think we, the audience or the viewers, I will call it, we really get disturbed when two people are here arguing or fighting over something that we could be like listening to each other, because the truth of the matter is we all have different thoughts about things, and we all have different opinions. So if one is talking, the other person should be able to listen to the next person, because you can't say you're right and someone else is wrong. We just have to respect each other and respect how we think differently. So I will come to the child marriage thing, because I believe that's the topic, and I saw you said it's a part of poverty. I would say child marriage, and every other Gambian would tell you, it's not part of our culture. This I need to rectify. Child marriage is part of, like, I would say it happens in certain families and in certain places in the Gambia, like I would say up country. For example, when I was married, my ex-husband is from SL Mumi. Basically, he tried his best to choose his wife for himself, but a few years later, his brother was like 18. His mom was forcing the brother to marry his first cousin, a cousin that their moms are from the same mom and dad, which of course most of these things happened. But we need to know the difference between culture, religion, and how to call it, and culture, religion, and how to call it. Culture, religion, it's a three thing that we need to: culture, religion, tribe. Yeah, culture, religion, and tribal things. So sometimes we mix these things too much, especially when it comes to the culture and religion. Child marriage, you when you started, Sami, you said it. It's not part of the culture, and I would understand where Mimi was coming from. She was just giving an example, like it didn't happen to her family. But I will understand too if Ami says, "Oh, it's culture," because maybe that's how she could say it. But the truth is, we have so many people watching us from different countries, African Americans, Africans from other countries that don't know much about Gambia and would love to know about Gambia. So at the end of the day, if you say some of these things, you literally confuse people. Like, I wouldn't say child marriage is culture. It's really, really not culture. It's out of the culture. And it happens to certain families that believes that, oh, like she's saying, it happens with my mom, my grandma. Like, it's a trend that that happened in the family. So it happens in certain family that from when this person is born, they give to this person, they feel like it's all right. Because it's within the family. So I don't know it, you don't know it, someone does not know it. But the truth of the matter is, I'm against child marriage, because I feel like it's rape, it's abuse. Because if you give your daughter, who is 8 or 9, to a grown-up man, a guy that literally knows everything or knows more mature than this girl, and sleeping with this person unwillingly every night, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, you need to know what you're doing, and when you're doing it, you need to feel it, and you need to get satisfied or excited about what you're doing, but you don't know. And sometimes this happens, like Ami said, when you just see your period, they give you to someone, you get pregnant when you don't even know nothing about pregnancy or marriage and all the other things. I feel like these people that are given to these men at that very early age, they're given to them to abuse them and rape them. And where Nakmizi was coming, like when Spearman said, example, 18, 14-year-old, a man can look at a 14-year-old. Nah, like seriously, like he was saying, if a guy looked at my 14-year-old, not even 14-year-old, like my 16-year-old, that's literally me. Like, I will definitely kill you. I will come for you. Because any guy that looks at a kid from 1 to 16 to 17, I would say, Sammy, and even have sexual feeling when it comes to that, you're sick. You need to be checked and you need to go to the hospital. Those are the kind of men that you can't even leave your toddler near. So when he was saying it, I'm thinking, okay, fine. Where is he coming from? Because I'm trying to figure out where is this guy thinking? Because at the end of the day, when we are talking, we don't have to talk because we want to talk. What is wrong is wrong. I always say this. And when it's wrong, let's just all come out and condemn it and say it's wrong. Why would a grown-up man look at a baby, like a teenager, that your futures are just coming out, or you have big boobs, and we all grow differently? Why would you look at a child like that and like have feelings? Oh, she is grown enough to sleep with a guy. No, this is the problem with some of us. We know it's wrong, but we sit in certain platforms and try to emphasize. And when Nakmizi was telling him he's trying to defend himself, no. And every other person on the comment section is telling you, no, you don't have to do that. It's not right. So, like I was saying, we need to know these things when it's culture, when it's religion, and when it's a tribal thing. Child marriage is tribal. We need to know that it's certain people and certain families, and it hurts. Like I can understand because it traumatizes with you. It drains you and it sends you to a mental like state that you get to live for the rest of your life because it traumatizes with you. You wake up every day. Like Prince Ayoko was trying to make the same point that child marriage is tribal, because I had him over and over trying to emphasize that. But what I need Ami to know is you need to listen to other people to tell you their own opinions, because when you just sit and defend yourself and be like so loud, so defensive, so aggressive, you are someone that is a public figure. Other people watch you, other people follow you on your platform, all your platforms. So it's nice, like we said in Wolof, ngadal and deglu. Then when they're done talking, then you can come and talk. But if you're too defensive, you won't get it. The people that are watching won't get it. And it at some point it would confuse Sammy because she's the host here. She can't control it at some point. I'm watching the show since 8 o'clock and I'm looking at Sammy. At some point I had to call her to ask her to be able to control it, because at the end of the day she's just sitting there. I can tell you that she's lost. So it's a platform that we have Nakmizi, we have our brothers, we have Re-Empire came in right now. So when Nakmizi is talking, I can give him keep quiet, like silence and talk, and Prince Oyoko and this. But when someone else is talking, you're trying to be defensive, you're trying to interrupt them, then we that even are watching, we get lost. I'm like, oh my God, it's getting. And I saw on the comment section, many people said, I'm leaving. Oh, I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving. So I'm just saying, please, it's a platform whereby it's open for everyone. That's why the link is sent. Whoever wants to come in, you just join in and say what you have to say. Some would agree that with the religion, oh, it's not religion, because many people are saying, oh, Isa didn't do that. And I'm not going to go far with the religion, because I would proudly say it. Even if people don't agree with me, I don't know more about the religion, much about the religion. Because I don't know much about it, I'm not going to go deep into it. Because when you don't know something, you just can't go saying stuff. So Sammy, I just wanted to rectify the fact that it's not cultural. It happens in certain places so that we won't confuse the people that are watching, especially those that does not know the culture in Gambia and all of that. If it was cultural, I believe many people would do a specific topic about it every time. I understand what Ami went through, and I respect that. And to be honest, if my mom or my dad or any of my family had given me to a guy from when I was 14 or something, at the end of the day, now that I'm matured, I'm telling you, I will sue them to court. That's how painful it would be for me. Like I would take an action. But you know, in Africa, we don't have to do that. If it was happening in Europe, like if it happened, maybe it happening. But if it happened to Europe, you will see a girl child would take their parents to court because it's painful. Because it's when that's why they say when you are 18, then you can make decisions and willing to do some things when whereby your parents don't even have to force you. I lived in Sweden. In Sweden, they don't pierce your ear as a girl child when you are born. They wait until you are 18 and be able to make a decision. They pierce your ears. But in Gambia, when you're born, the first week you're born, 2 days after you're born, they pierce your ears. So I'm telling you how other people live and how we live, because sometimes some of these things that we do in Africa, we feel like it's normal. No, it's not normal. We should stop. And child marriage is not happening like it used to be, but it's still happening. And if Ami could use her platform and keep talking, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Maybe one day the people that are doing it will hear. Because when my brother, my ex-husband's brother was trying to be arranged to marry her first cousin, his first cousin, I was like, really? I was speaking like it was my own problem. At the end of the day, my in-law was really mad at me for not stopping to talk. But I had to intervene because he was just a kid going to school. And you give them a girl child that they can't even take care of. And they start having babies they can't take care of. At the end of the day, they ask people for support to support their kids. It's not right. So when it's not right, it's not right. And I support Ami for coming with this topic. But we all understand that she's in pain. We all understand that she's traumatized. Like we can't wear your shoes and fit in there because you went through what you went through. So it would be nice. I'm begging you as a sister just to let the platform, everyone else speak, and you respect their opinions and their own point of views than shouting, being aggressive and all of that. So that was my contribution. Sammy, I will let you guys be.
Thank you, Aji. I'm gonna let Ami go ahead and speak as she is my guest on this platform. So, because she's the guest, I want her to answer everybody and every question. So, I am the host, but I don't have much to say in this topic, and I'm trying to control the panel as much as I can. That's why I just muted everybody, including Ami, because I want her to listen. But after she listens, I want her to talk and answer based on what everybody is saying. So I'm going to give her that respect as my guest and as the person who has been victimized. So as you guys are coming in, also know that you have a victim who is sitting right here and trying to answer these questions and trying to listen to you. And I know she is very traumatized. I know this life has been a tough one for her. I feel like this life has been tougher than the ones that she sit on her own platform and talk about. So I just have to appreciate her for that and give her the respect that she deserves as my guest. I'm the host, but this platform definitely is for Ami today. So I'm gonna let her talk, reply to Aji before I let I believe Prince Ayoko say something. I'm gonna unmute you now, Ami, but Aji, thank you. I understand your point. It's been very, very hot in here for some reason, but thank you. Go ahead, Ami.
Sammy, to be honest, when you invite me for this for us to talk about this, I didn't want it to come. But it's because the way I saw you from day one when I follow you, you look like a nice person to me. That's why I trust you enough to come. But I told you earlier on, since I started talking about this child marriage for 4 years, why it's even worse after I start talking about it is the amount of reaction the Gambians react toward me. How they're bullying me with this. By the way, I don't want none of you to tell me how traumatized I am with this. You know it. This video or not. Enough. This video is about us to stop other children from traumatizing. Don't mood me again unless you want me to leave this platform, by the way. You shouldn't be mooding me. I'm your guest. I am not arguing with everyone when they're talking. I only talk to people that are defending this child marriage thing. I'm not mad. I'm traumatized, but I'm not mad. People defending it. Kurukara in the topic or bullying me Those are the people that I'm interrupting. But when someone talking like a normal human being, I don't interrupt them. I'm not mad and I'm very open-minded. None of you that is insulting me and bullying me for talking and then seeing you support me is supporting me. And you don't have to support me though. If you support child marriage to stop, or lack of going to school for girls or just boys or anyone in our community to stop, it's not for me. I keep telling you guys this. I'm nobody. I could die tomorrow. Why I always take every opportunity to talk is even if I'm dead, that video could do something. That's why I'm talking for 4 years now, knowing very well that all of you is calling me mad. All of you is calling me aggressive, calling me all kind of names. All of you bullying me so much that I've become champion bully. I still never regret talking. I'll never stop. Maybe I'll learn to talk better. I'll learn to handle the pain, plus the pain you guys adding to it. But I'll never stop. One thing you guys have to remember is, I am not your mate, though I am a comedian. Though I joke a lot. Though this pain make me a comedian, I have no choice. Though I dance. Though I laugh. Though I'm easygoing. Can call anyone and talk to them like a sister or like my own child. And wish what I wish for everyone, even though I'm against everyone. But I am 40 years old. This is beyond me. I'm not talking here, talking and crying because the way you guys behave with me, especially you Gambians. I don't appreciate how you talk to me, Aji. You and this other woman that talked before you, that triggered me earlier on. You don't care about my pain. You proved it. This is beyond me. I don't care you like me or you don't like me because I talk a lot and I condemn everyone. I don't care. This is for other children to not go through this, how hard it is for you to get it. What kind of a Gambian are you? You and everyone that is saying this is your culture, not your culture. What kind of a Gambian are you? Where are you from in Gambia? If your grandparents are from Gambia, their grandparents from Gambia, then this is your ethnic culture. None of your grandparents grew up in Gambia, and their grandparents come from Gambia or Senegal or Mali or any of this African culture, and the entire generation is not child marriage. You are lying if any of you say that. I don't care who is it. Even if the president say he's lying. We all know that all of these countries child marry their children. But now the young generations, people like your mother was lucky. My mom been through it. People like your mother or your grandma even could be lucky and go to school. A lot of your grandmas didn't go to school because this school thing started not long ago. It started from our mothers and our fathers. You know it. If you're lucky you have a grandma who go to school, then you hold from your grandma. You now don't know it. Doesn't mean that your grandma, mother, and his people don't know it. But who give a F if they know it or not? You see the young child in my house right now that is child married. You know between you and your grave, whoever you are, that if you go and do your research right now in this Gambia, this time as I'm talking to you, if you get ready to find a child married victim, you call everyone you know, especially in the villages. They will show you a victim right now tonight that is either heavily pregnant and she's not 15. She doesn't want the man. That is either heavily pregnant or have a baby or just got married. You will find it like that. You know it. Especially when you go to the villages. You have the gut to say that's not Gambia culture. Okay, Gambia is China. I don't give a F if it's Gambia culture or not. You have the gut and the time to argue about it's not the culture. I don't know it. Let her just, she's lying. This doesn't happen to Gambia. I don't know anybody that this happened to. But if you want to support her organization, still go and support her. But this is not happening. I don't give a F about this organization. I just joined this organization not long because they saw me crying on my videos talking about child marriage. Like I've been doing in the Gambian community all these years and get laughed at and called mad. The Americans that don't know me saw me crying and emailed me that they want to work with me to help other children. So this is not just for child marriage. It's for to help the children to go to school too, so they don't have to go to the child marriage. And the boys too to go to school, so they can have a job and be able to read their name. So you don't call them illiterate like you're calling me illiterate every day on my YouTube. This is beyond me. Why is the African community so heartless? You guys are so wicked that you make everyone wicked. Honestly, I feel sorry for our young people. This is beyond me. I could die anytime. If you care about me like you're saying, when any of you and the other woman that was here, after you insult me and make me so miserable and regret coming here to fight, this is not our culture. Don't say it's our culture. I forbid this. You're not from even Gambia. Oh, this is your dirty culture. It's your father people, not me. Not me. Go and find out your grandmothers. They all been child married. If your mother is not child married, then how the hell is not your culture? How? It's your culture, but you're not doing it now because you're working, which is what I'm fighting now. So it's not going to continue happening. We are working. There's a lot of things in our culture that we're not doing now, from the way they dress, the way they behave, the way they talk. None of it we're not doing now. Hardly ever we keeping, the olden days culture, our grandparents stuff. You know it. Including the child marriage is too painful. But a lot of people still practice it because it's nice for the men to have a young baby as a wife, and you know it. You're a woman. But you have the gut to talk about, this is not my culture. I just want to make that clear. This is not my culture. I just want to make that clear, period. Me, I don't have time for you to argue with me because you hate me. This is not about hate or love, Ami. This is beyond me. Please. Any of you that don't like me, I know I have a lot of enemies because I'm very vocal because of what this did to me. And I said this to you in the beginning. I'm very honest with my situation there. I try to be honest with you guys. I told you from the beginning, I have a lot of enemies because of the way I'm so vocal, because of what happened to me. I'm not proud to be so vocal. It's very painful. It gives me a lot of tears and pain because people attack back all the time. I know it. But for me to be asked to come and do this interview, and you Gambian, the two Gambian women that come here, both of you bullying me. Talking about this doesn't happen to my culture. I don't know it. Although I don't know this, this doesn't happen to my culture. This is not Gambian culture. I don't know anybody that this happened to, but I'm supporting Ami. You're not supporting me, then you're telling everyone that this is not true, it's not happening. Ami's even lying, maybe her organization is not real because this is not happening in Gambia. If it doesn't happen to you, ask your mother if she's alive. If this doesn't happen to her family, go and ask the strangers. If this doesn't happen to their family, go to the villages. You don't have to go to village even. Because this happened to me in Serakunda. My mom moved from the village to Serakunda. This is what this happened to me from in Serakunda. But you have the gut to condemn, to reject this from your country and saying it's not from there, it's not from the, like you have no soul. Who cares where it's from? It's just for you to ask what this organization is all about and listen to my story if you never heard of it. If you're bored of it, fine. Or you leave the platform and wait for another program that you like. No one forced you to watch this program. If Ami's here and you cannot stand Ami. I know I'm not easy to stand. I'm too broken. A lot of us are too broken for anyone to even hear them. I know it. I take it. That's why I'm talking for the other children to not be so broken that no one will hear them. Everyone will reject them because they're too bitter to deal with. I know it. I'm not asking you to take me. I'm not asking you to love me. I'm very hard to love. I know it. Just I'm lucky I try to love myself and protect myself. Do not see me in a platform again. You come there to bully me and yell at me and defend with me, telling me to not fight people, to shut up and behave. You know this is painful for us to shut up. You don't know it's painful. You said already that when somebody wanted to get married, you were talking so much that even your in-law was angry and you couldn't stop talking. And this is not even you though. You were just helping. You just imagine the pain or imagine this is wrong and you're helping. Until your in-law was angry. You just say that. I was like, good, you say that you're beauty. Imagine if that was you then. Who is in your number 4 marriage at 16? 4 marriages at 16. If that was you who grew up, knowing that this over 60-year man is your man, who they're waiting for your period so they can hand you over to him. And you're going to bed crying, praying, you don't wake up every day. You're praying when you go to sleep, you don't wake up. Imagine how many you will be screaming that, Aji. But thank you very much for you and the other sister. I am used to you guys doing the way you're doing to me all these years, the Gambian community. This is why we will never develop. This is why I don't care who come to Gambia. I don't care who buy land. We hate ourselves. We can never develop Gambia. We are so busy fighting each other, different things. When you know that this is beyond AmieJobe, who the hell am I, even if I was dead, continue saving the other children from going through this pain? Because after you go through it, the memories and the pain is little. what you're going to go through after is worse, because after the pain now is suffering you, and the people who are sick worse than you is attacking you. Where are you going to get help from? But you telling Sammy to control her platform because I'm arguing? Sammy have this kind of serious topic that is damaging the society. How do you expect the platform to be, hi guys, how you doing? Laughing and joking and like, yeah. Sometimes people gonna come here argue child marriage or no. When people have this kind of platform, it's like politics or whatever, you know, it's big thing. That's why I know I have to calm down. I cannot do it. I don't know how to do it most of the time. And I told you guys this. If you experience half of I experience, you will know if you will calm down. But thank you very much. Like I said, it's because I respect Sammy. That's why I'm still here. If not, I log out long time ago. Long time. From the other woman who was making me feel bad. And you come back and you make it worse. Playing psychotic. You don't give a damn about my pain. You don't have to. But you also don't give a damn about the young children that are going to repeat this pain. This is why you are saying, it doesn't happen to me. It's not our culture. It's this, it's that. When you know between you and your grade that your grandparents, if you have grandparents that from Gambia or Senegal or Mali or any of this country, they've been child married. So it's your culture, but because you're working, you don't do it. So many things that is our culture, we don't working with. We are working now, we don't do it. Doesn't mean that it's not our culture, that is Chinese culture. No, it's ours, but we are working, we don't do it. It's like the way our parents respect their mothers, so their mothers and their husbands so much, because it's our culture, but now we are too working. Sometimes we have to talk back if we're not happy. How is that not our culture now, just because we're not practicing it? You see what I mean? Anyway, sorry, Sammy. Anyone can talk now.
Sammy, can I say something? Amie, I just want you to know that, yeah? With all due respect, if you know Aji, you know that me, I'm not disrespectful to anyone. And everyone that is on this panel and everyone that is listening knows that I didn't say anything that I did that insulted you. I don't remember saying any insult. I don't remember attacking you. I don't remember saying you are lying. I said what I had to say and I said it peacefully. This is what exactly I was saying. We have to learn to respect each other's opinions or give the platform to everyone to talk. Like you've said a lot. So you said you're 40, we're disrespecting you, this and that, that. I understand that you're the victim here. That's what I said. But it does not warrant you to start, because I feel like I said something and all I can get is being you instead the victim attacking me. So I'm like, but I don't understand it. I mean, I don't get it because I don't remember saying anything that everyone that is watching that I insulted you or I attacked you. And I watched when Mimi came and she said what she had to say. And when I watched Mimi, she was also trying to tell you that, oh, Ami, can you listen to me, this and that, Then I told you exactly what I had to say is, you know what you went through. Ku sol sa dala rek mo muna xam yoo lan nga go through. You have to put yourself in people's shoes to know what they went through. But I'm watching you being like all over the place, like aji this, aji that, aji that. No, Ami, I have every right to come to Sammy's platform when she invites you or any other person to say my opinion. We have to respect each other's opinions. I'm sorry if I made you feel that way, but I think you going too far to my parents and da 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 da. Hey, Ami, I do not do nehbe man ma disrespect la. So nañ jéem a respectante rek ñun ñaar yëpp ñu xam fu ñoo em. Man waxuma ba dem si sa ay kalifa bu lu wax ba dugg suma ay kalifa nañ respectante. Man dafa am fu ma em ak nit. Man lu ma wax am na fu ma em ak nit. If you go to my platform, when I talk respectfully. And we have Nakmizi here, who's a brother. We have Prince Ayoko, who's a brother. And Sammy is here, is her platform. Like, seriously, man, I didn't even expect that you will go this far. I didn't go that far, don't go that far. Like Mimi was here and she had to listen and she had to argue with you like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like I was saying, you have a platform, Ami. We all have platforms. When you're invited, I'm invited to this platform by Sami, and it was a nice platform. I'm invited to Renes, to everybody else's, and people are invited to other platforms, and we take it slightly and talk about it. We know you went through stuff. I spoke about my marriage when I went through health openly at Renes platform. But like seriously, I just think no, Sammy. I just think she's going like too far. And to be honest, like she's saying we're attacking her. I don't remember attacking her.
Okay, listen to me. I've been saying this the whole time since I came. I have a victim on my platform, and I need us to put ourselves in her shoes when we're talking. Even though no matter how we try to put ourselves in her shoes, we can never understand how she feels. Okay, but even though she's angry, let's not use her reaction to make a reaction out of it again. So she's going through a lot right now, and at this point I just want to let her go because I'm not even feeling very comfortable.
No, Sammy, no, let me go. So don't worry, I'll just leave.
I'm not feeling comfortable with the life.
No, let's go. I'm going.
It's like she's going through a lot, and I can't understand it because I'm not at the state that she's in right now. So AmieJobe, if you want to go, you can. We have only Ayoko and Nakmizi here. And when you guys are closing out, I need you guys to understand that we're talking to people, but we have a victim on the platform, and we need to understand her point as well. I personally don't have to agree with everything she says, but I have to respect her decision and put myself in her shoes. So I don't know. I mean, I know you're tired, and I know it's pretty late over there. The life is too long, which is not what we planned. So if you want to say something.
That's fine. I will hear the people that have to say what they have to say. I don't have problem with it.
Okay, go ahead, Nakmizi.
All right. Look, when we have a sister that's as strong as Ami is, come on a platform and give us her experience. We have to be respectful. Sometimes if she took something that we said as disrespectful in this situation, all we need to say is, I'm sorry. We don't need to get on and explain and then use tones that may seem like we're badgering someone for being honest with us. We're looking at a sister right here who was brave enough. I don't even like saying victim because she's not worried about herself. She's given this story, this message, so that there's no more people that have to go through what she's gone through. And that's something that we have to respect. So when brothers get on here, want to nitpick and go through hadith and go through cultural aspects and go through the Quran to try to justify something that is wrong, it's wrong. I'm a man and I can see that it's wrong for a woman, a young child to be sold or given to a grown man who's grooming her so that later on in life he can have his way with her. We have to look at the context about what's going on here. We're not trying to be right. We're not defending the Quran. We're not defending people's culture. What we are here to do is be an ear to our sister that's going through it. She's going through it. I have to turn my camera off because I shed tears because of what she's going through. So when we get on here, and yeah, people's like, oh, she has pain. Okay, so where else can she let her pain out? But with other brothers and sisters. But I'm surprised at some of the women here who will want to try to be correct instead of being a sister and listen and be quiet and let her vent if she wants to vent. And just say, you're right. If I could hug her, I would have hugged her right now. But I can't. But what we just saw right on this live is we saw the fact that Black people are very insensitive to what other Black people are going through. Call whatever religion you want, whatever culture you want. What's important here is that we are ears and a platform, a plate, a medium, so that our sister can get what she needs to get off her chest, and also push this message that, not even this message, drive home the point that child marriage needs to stop, regardless to what book you believe in. If that's something that shouldn't happen, then we should be brave enough to say it shouldn't happen. She's a Muslim. She's proud to be a Muslim. But if you listen to her words, she's being very respectful of Islam because she don't want to just come out and say anything disrespectful to that religion, but she still at the same time has to speak her truth. And we as Black people have to sometimes humble ourselves for our sister and listen to that truth. You can quote whatever surah, you can quote Sahih, you can quote Islamic history, you can quote what your ethnic group in the Gambia didn't do, but what are you doing? What you're doing, it's a sneaky way to discount her message and her experience. I watched AmieJobe from a long time ago. She's funny. And she got fired too. She said some things that I didn't agree with sometimes. But I see myself in Amie, because I got that same fire. And when people tell me I need to calm down and I need to not take certain things personally, you don't know how I've been in my shoes as who I am and what I've gone through. And what I've gone through is nothing compared to what a sister who's been passed off to different men looking for a young woman. I'm going to leave it like that. AmieJobe, I love you, and I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of these ignorant Negroes who won't even put no respect on what you're going through.
Thank you, Nakmizi. Prince Ayoko, do you want to give your final words too?